against subsidies. The marketplace has to be the determining factor. We have to be about providing the most energy at the least cost. When the government subsidizes any particular form or any particular company, it distorts the marketplace, and you're paying more than what you see at the pump or wherever, because they're taking money out of your back pocket to subsidize it with. So let the marketplace rule. When these technologies are able to come forth and compete effectively, then they can do so. Getting the most for the least and getting out of the way, letting the market dictate, is exactly what needs to be done, and that's what the federal government needs to do. Thank you.
All right, and Dr. Benishek.
Well, actually, I agree with Mr. Stillings. I think the free market is the way to diminish our dependence on on fossil fuels. I think the nuclear option for energy production and power production is tremendous. I think the majority of the problems are regulatory. I mean, we have oil and coal here in this country that we're not developing because of regulations. We need to develop that here at home. I said that before, and I think that the nuclear option is a cost-effective and market-driven source of energy that we can use without subsidies. Like I say, I don't believe that subsidies lead to anything. I mean, windmills that are 6% efficient being subsidized by the state, that doesn't make any sense to me. We can't be spending our money on somebody else's fantasy idea of what's right.
All right, we've come to our last question before closing statements. I'll start with you, Mr. Donlin. What is your vision about the way federal government should work and the role of a member of Congress in that vision?
Well, my vision of the role of the federal government is to take a hands-off approach, but provide us with security and good infrastructure for our freedom. My role as a congressman would be to support the role of the federal government from a representative standpoint, a representative from 31 counties in the upper north part of Michigan. So I would be looking, as I've said before, for any input from the constituents as to what I should be doing and to represent them to the best of my ability in Washington. Thank you.
Mr. Stillings.
We have to first understand the job of the federal government, and that is to preserve and protect our individual liberties. The federal government is constrained by the enumerated powers of the Constitution. So the first thing that we have to do is get rid of the propensity of the federal government to take on jobs that really aren't theirs. Honor the 10th Amendment, leave to the states those things which rightfully deserve to be left to the states or to the people. We have to control the budget. We have to spend our money wisely. We have to, above all, stop spending money that we don't have. Above that, a congressman has to do things other than legislate. He has powers and authority that he can use for moral suasion. For instance, one of my proposals has been to approach the various mining companies and some of the steel mills, which I'm familiar with, about getting the state of Michigan back into the business of attracting business and therefore jobs. I've had some discussions with people like Pete Hoekstra and Mr. Casperson, and it's a project that I'm working on already. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, Dr. Benishek.
Well, my vision of the federal government is that based on the Constitution of the United States. For the past, 70 years, the federal government has been gradually extending its jurisdiction over everything in our lives and not sticking to our Constitution. That is my goal as a congressman, to protect our Constitution. It's not just for the courts, it's for the president, it's for the Congress to support that as well. We need a limited government. I joined the Conservative Freshman Coalition, a group of freshman candidates who can bind together and change the way they do business in Washington. If we get 30 or 40 conservative freshmen in Congress, we'll be able to make a difference on how the leadership votes. We'll be able to make a difference immediately